and welcome to Quays News. I'm Lewis Evans.
And I'm Annabelle Green.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and across the country, people are finding creative ways to raise both money and awareness.
A local women's rugby team hosted a sip and paint to support those affected by breast cancer. Our reporter Chanel went along to see how it went.
Salford Women's Rugby Society have organised a fundraiser event in support of breast cancer to generate more talk around the subject.
So it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so the team thought we should do something to celebrate, to raise money and awareness for it. And it also means something to me especially because my mum had breast cancer.
How do you think we can reduce taboos and stigmas surrounding breast cancer?
I think if we just talk about it more, if we make it a big deal, especially this month, to wear pink, do something about it, I think that would really help. Like, I have friends that are guys and they support it.
People from all across the university got together in the student union to create some artwork and share a glass of Prosecco as a fun way to help reduce stigmas.
There's no shame in checking themselves, telling friends to check themselves, it's important.
Breast cancer is the most common cancer in the UK, with one woman diagnosed every 10 minutes. As we mark Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it is important to recognise the taboos surrounding breast cancer, which generate stigmas and stop many women from checking. However, the earlier you check the signs of breast cancer and get it diagnosed, the more chance of a successful treatment. So make sure to check your breasts.
As October is also Menopause Awareness Month, it is time to break the silence around natural stages of life that affect millions of women.
From awareness events to active living campaigns, people everywhere are helping to make menopause a normal and supportive part of well-being. Our reporter Chloe Macaulay tells us more.
With World Menopause Day on the 18th of this month, combined efforts have been made during October and further to raise awareness and bring those together who are going through menopause. Initiatives are being made locally and across Manchester to get women together, talking about their experiences and finding solidarity with their neighbours. Jo Bennett from Salford Community Leisure hosts regular wellbeing walks for the people of Salford, with a recent walk's particular focus on menopause. She speaks about how important it is to get out and speak to like-minded people.
Whether you've recently been bereaved, whether you're going through the menopause, you just need to have a chat with somebody and offload a bit, or, use it as a bit of a way of finding what else is going on locally. They have a lot of benefits socially, mentally. There's generally communities like here today, the library, combining a bit of exercise with some chat about it. I think there is a lot more awareness now than maybe what there was even 10 years ago. This today is a good space for people to share. It's face to face, isn't it, and share how they're feeling and stuff. It's been useful.
A survey saw that 50% of women reported that their symptoms are affecting their home life. More than a third said that it impacted their work life, and a similar number said that it impacted their social life. Many doctors recommend regular active exercise, with some healthcare professionals recommending 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week. This is especially true with strength training exercises, something of which Dr. Ashley Glachowski can attest to.
It helps in so many ways. So it helps physically, building our muscles, bones and joint strength, which is needed for later life. But it also reduces our risk of common chronic diseases that happen to women more earlier or more frequently because of the menopause transition. So it will help to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and some forms of cancer. Women are reaching the menopause age and not actually knowing that their symptoms are related to menopause. And so obviously we haven't been educated as women at what our health should look like at certain ages. So the same way that we need to train our young women in what it will be like when they go through menstruation and then pregnancy, we also need to make sure that we prepare women of what symptoms they might expect and what that menopause transition might look like for them.
The battle for awareness is still ongoing, but the initiatives these organisations are doing is making a difference to the local communities in Manchester.
The young people of Salford have made an immersive art experience exhibition to make people feel a connection with nature.
Our reporters, Laura Hughes, went to speak to the organisers, who hope that this experience will better people's mental health.
From arguing over football teams to what they want to be when they grow up, the production gave an insight to the thoughts of the next generation.
The creators wanted the public to understand what it means to be a young Salfordian today.
When we decided to do it in that way, we were really keen in Salford and working with the Active Communities team to work with young people and think about how arts and creativity can amplify their voice and to give them access to that experience.
With an increase of children becoming involved in crime across Greater Manchester, communities are coming together to try to combat this. Young people's voices are becoming increasingly less important in their communities. What About Me gave them the platform to share their opinions about the city they live in.
We're not just picking up on, Salford's just a great place to be. It's got the underlying issues with it, but in the same sense, it's still a place that we'll call home.
Absolutely incredible. It's wonderful to hear from the voices of Salford young people exactly what they think and feel growing up here, and to hear that through art and creative production is even more empowering, isn't it?
The children chose the location and the concept of the experience themselves, further amplifying that this is a representation of their voices. The Breaking Barriers production company set out to do this with the event.
We've captured this amazing culture and story and attitude, but how do we share that with people? And this is well, you've got them in your ears, so if you're not going to listen to it now, I don't know when you would.
Within Greater Manchester, community events like this one are becoming more and more important due to the decrease of after-school activities. Children are being forced to take up activities that aren't safe, but thanks to community groups like Salford Community Leisure, this is no longer the case. Laura Hughes, Quays News, Walkden.
Halloween is right around the corner and celebrating it can be pricey.
However, here in Manchester, there are plenty of ways to join the spooky fun without spending a penny. Our reporter Millie has all of the information.
Every autumn, Charlotte's grandmother's kitchen comes alive with the scent of cinnamon pumpkin nostalgia.
Although she never grew up with Halloween traditions herself, she began making this recipe for her grandchildren as a simple act of love that turned into a cherished family ritual.
Millions of pumpkins get thrown away every year, so here's another option of what to do with the bits left over from your evening of pumpkin carving. To make a pumpkin soup, empty out your pumpkin but save the seeds for later and cut it up into small pieces. Then dice an onion and 2 garlic cloves. Pop everything into a large pot with olive oil, adding the spices and the vegetable broth before leaving it to simmer. With the spare time, dry your pumpkin seeds and sprinkle on some honey and cinnamon or other options before popping them in the oven for a quick and easy snack for later. Once the vegetables in the pot are soft, add some coconut milk and blend until smooth, with finally adding some salt and pepper to taste. It's an amazing, comforting meal that uses up all the typical waste. Happy Halloween!
This week, the streets of Manchester will be filled out with people out in costumes.
But will it be a dry one for them, Georgia?
Following a wet weekend, Salford and Greater Manchester can be seen as having a wet Hallow week. Monday and Tuesday were particularly cloudy days, with temperatures reaching a high of 12 and temperatures reaching a low of 10. Wednesday and Thursday, light showers can be seen within the whole of Greater Manchester, as temperatures dip a little bit to the low of 6 degrees and a high of 12. Heading into your Hallow weekend, the rain picks up as the temperatures get higher, as the southern winds make a pass through. So if you are dressing up as Georgie from It or Coraline, your costumes would be perfect. Saturday and Sunday, the rain carries on, making November a bit of a wetter and a windier start to the Christmas period.
And that's all we have time for today.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.